Sekiro. I'm surprised you don't have Sekiro.
Why
Oh,
in the
I
fuck?
got you. I mean, again, I've seen it, like many a game, and many things I just haven't, gone
I
into it
have
because
you
I have so
muted.
many unplayed games. I totally miss that.
She had me muted this whole
I
time.
had him muted. That's funny.
Oh, you had him.
Weird.
So, you have HBO Go or whatever, right?
Well, no. I was just saying, my family, we have,
Yeah, no.
satellite cable, whatever. So, like I said,
We have the
because of
same thing.
that, before, I don't know whether it was one of those, a week or two trial type things we just happen to have, and so I binge watched everything during it, or whether it's part of our package. Now, actually, but as I'm talking about, let me go to satellite for a second to see if I have Game of
Start the
Thrones.
download on that game.
Well,
I
I
already
was just
did. I
wondering.
am downloading it.
Okay, all right.
I was just wondering because I want to see Leaving Neverland super bad, but apparently the only place you can get it is on HBO Go.
Yeah, I'm trying to Leaving Neverland. What's that? I'm trying to remember. Um.
It's the Michael Jackson smear campaign of the
Oh, well, it's
So it's not a smear campaign. I believe it. I believe it.
the like, yeah, the by the victims.
Child
Yeah, yeah,
molestation.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Why did it
Okay.
take him so long to do it now? They wait until after he's
No,
dead.
they came out when he was alive to say it. Just everybody thought that they were doing it for
Yeah,
money.
well, I mean, again, the little bits I've heard of it because I've heard some people's thoughts on it too. Like one of them, I believe, at the time he did say, "Oh, nothing happened" or anything, but supposedly the reason is because Michael Jackson or his people basically were just like, "We will f up your life if you type do it." So again, I'm not, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know, but. Of a couple reviewers and stuff that I know that have watched it, overall they've been like, yeah, we pretty much believe it. I mean, I know there are people that have come
Yeah.
out against it, but again, it's always, again,
I
But
still
those were
enjoy
abuse
famous
is
his
people.
songs.
always, as
That's
you of
fine.
course,
That
huh?
was a debate on the Elvis Duran show is, but can you play his music and shit? You can like his
Of
music,
course, you can like an
but
artist, but you have to if you can separate the person
like R.
from
Kelly,
their art. Yeah, the R. Kelly or Kevin Spacey as
Yeah,
an
I like
I
actor.
want to
remake
see
to
that shit
ignition, piss on the women.
I'll piss on
No,
you.
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
kind of
I
the
want to
same
poop
thing,
on you.
except the thing is they have video evidence of R.
Uh-huh.
Kelly,
Yeah.
so he's been shunned,
Or as they say
but
nowadays,
but
canceled.
also
Yeah. Well,
canceled, yeah.
see, okay, so
But
like like a
also,
couple weeks ago when this started coming up again, he did an interview with Gail King, Oprah's friend
I
Gail.
always saw part of that.
You
oh
saw
my
part of it?
God, he got so dramatic.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta come out,
It's like,
bro.
why did they do this to me?
And
I was just like,
he's like, I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and his ex came out to say, no, he hasn't had shit to do with my kids for
yeah.
years.
But see, the thing is, like, he was just like, again, I was like, I mean, how stupid would I have to be to have gone through this and be doing it again? Because apparently part of it too is not just the underage thing; it's that he supposedly is, holding some girls hostage and stuff. So a couple of the girls, like where their parents were like, we think they're brainwashed, and then there were a couple of them that were like, no, what are you talking about? But again, of course, someone brainwashed says that. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's all fucked up. But as far
yeah.
as the Michael Jackson thing, I have always believed it because
Mm,
not only because he's just fucking strange, because I am friends with a very strange gay man,
uh-huh.
but
So you're
There's
like,
our
I see
peace
similar
simply,
things here. Yeah, basically.
well, it's not similar. I mean, Joe
N-
is just
no. I'm
a
saying as
flamboyant
far
dude.
as like you're saying a very strange gay man as far as the like what he might like as far as boys, or as far as what there might have been that
He
interest
likes
there.
straight men, so
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I'm
think
not.
you're
Yeah, I'm not
gay
talking
if you
about your
like
friend. I'm saying you're saying because of that you could see
I'm
in
talking about Joe.
Michael.
oh,
Yeah. He likes straight men.
As
That's
far as
always
Michael,
something so
he's just
funny when
straight
I've
up
talked to
fucked
some
up.
people. Sometimes guys are like, "Well, yeah, I like straight guys." I'm like that, but if they're doing these things or interested in you in that way, they're not straight, are they? Technically. So,
Right. So basically, with my friend, he will
mhm.
have like encounters and stuff, but his typical crush is a straight man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In other words, he innately wants to turn the straight man, or
And he says that's an enjoying challenge.
yeah,
That is what he
exactly.
says.
And
Yeah.
which for some straight people is like, especially guys, I think more than girls, it'd be like, oh, I can turn you straight. It's like,
Right, right. Girls, I think, are more apt to experiment than men.
well,
Girls are
yeah, they're
more
they're
apt
open
to
to
have
whatever. Well,
sexual
I mean, because
relations.
I think part of it is because, again, in the weird societal norms, or should I say, unnorms that we have,
Because
where
it's
our
hot,
attitudes towards sex is,
apparently.
huh? Yeah, yeah. It's like, well,
Because
because yeah, yeah.
apparently,
It's like it's acceptable or even kind of encouraged for girls to be like, oh, she's bi, she's doing this, or she be it gay, bi, or whatever. It's fine because what it is to be, I guess you could say, a woman or feminine is not affected by that unless you're, excuse the term, dyke.
a
Um,
butch.
but butch, yeah. Whereas for
Yeah.
guys, masculinity is portrayed a certain way. So to deviate from that at all is obviously
Taboo.
yeah, thought of something else. And see that's why,
Yeah.
like, honestly, like a lot of people, and I mean, I don't get bothered by it anymore really, but a lot of people ask if I do, just because I'm not a typical male, a typical, yeah, I'm a guy, right, so,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so yeah.
Um,
But again, it's
I
like I
mean,
said, views on sex in general. It's so, because we actually, me and some of my coworkers were talking about this earlier today. It's just like, again, sex in itself, especially of course when you're talking about the younger, if you will,
mhm.
it's so taboo, so forbidden and whatnot. But yet it permeates our culture so much. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
have women dressing skimpily and just about everything you see, on TV,
Yeah.
online, or whatever. But it's so bad and so taboo in a sense. Whereas in other cultures, I mean, but yet, we're totally
Like
fine with blowing
Africa.
people. But yet we're totally fine with blowing people's brains out, this and that, ultra violence and stuff. Where in other cultures,
Yeah.
they're totally fine with sex, as far as we're like, okay, whatever. Even
Yeah.
the age thing isn't as big a thing. Again, as a otaku nerd, more of an anime. There a lot of people I know. You're not as much into it, Jen, and Glenn, you're not as big, but you
I
watch
hate
some. A lot of people automatically think anime. They normally think like lolly little girls dressed. You know what I'm saying? Sexual objects, and that's not the crux of anime, because they're all genres
It
like
is
regular
too,
TV.
you liar.
But I'm saying most women in most things, even if they're not sexually driven, fan service, are depicted a certain way because in their culture that's whatever. It's okay. It's whatever. But violence and stuff, which is totally fine for us, is bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's a
Yeah.
matter of perception. As
Get
all
out of
things.
here.
So.
Yeah. Can you get the fuck out of here?
What do y'all do? What?
Don't go to over me. Okay, go away.
What are you doing?
So,
Or what's going on?
that actually is a very good depiction, whatever. Depiction? Depiction? Depiction. Of what you're explaining, because like Jackson watches The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
and I am perfectly fine explaining like CGI and stuff like that and makeup. But in all honesty, the only reason I haven't explained sex to him yet is because his dad's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like if he told his dad that I explained it to
Oh
him,
yeah,
then
that'd
I
be a
would
big
probably
thing, and then he
know
could try to
that.
be it like, oh, she's corrupting my child.
But I honestly want to explain it to him before he learns it in school.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't
Well,
explained
I
to me
mean, again,
before I went
Jackson's
to
how old
school.
now?
He is 8. He's going to be 9 very
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, I don't know how carefully I'll watch stuff, but most likely he's been exposed to it somewhat. So, you know.
Well, he knows stuff like vagina and penis and all that
Oh,
stuff,
he's
but
as soon as he
he just
sees.
doesn't understand how a baby is
Is
made. And
born. Yeah,
I
yeah, as far as
honestly,
the intrinsic.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah,
Huh.
he knows that the baby comes from the vagina though because of The Office. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
But
that's what I'm saying. Even subtly, it's so permeated in our culture that it's just like, well, again, I don't know if most people would say 8-year-olds should be watching The Office, but yeah, that's whatever.
Well,
He
I
wouldn't
mean,
get most of the
I was,
references anyway, yet.
listen, I was watching Friday the 13th when I was six
well,
years
no,
old.
well, no, and I'm saying, see, that's another thing. I mean, I'm saying that's another example of it. So, as we grew up, and of course, me and Glenn being a little bit older than you, especially,
Yeah.
slasher movies, again, of course, where they would have teen sex and this and that. That's all, all day.
This
It's
is why
It
he's
was weird
scratching
seeing tits
out.
with my dad in the room.
He's
yeah,
streaming
yeah.
right now.
Who? Reese?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, Rick?
Yours truly, right here.
What?
Streaming,
You're
downloading,
streaming?
and
Oh,
chatting.
oh, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, well,
That's why he's scratching out.
Well, no, I just started that a few minutes ago, so I don't know why I was scratching it beforehand. But
Oh,
actually, I'm
Either
not.
way, stop diverting the fucking
I'm
conversation.
not.
What I was trying to say is,
Okay,
I
but
am
and I just
actually
looked on my satellite. Game of Thrones isn't coming out, so yeah, I'm gonna have to order freaking HBO Go, I think, or something, because I have to watch Game of Thrones this last season. So I cannot wait.
Amazon Prime.
I guess I could get that. I guess I could get Prime.
Click on that.
I mean, because how much is Prime?
Well, I pay $120 a year now. A
Because you do a
year.
yearly, yeah. Because you do a lot of stuff with Amazon, I guess.
So what's that? $10 a month?
Yeah. Okay. See, well, see, that's
Yeah,
with
that's
that too. I mean, I guess I'll
No.
look
Oh,
on
that is coming out.
with
Sorry.
that I'll look on my Hulu and see what the HBO addition to that, how much that is between the two of them.
Yeah.
But because I'm
But
thinking it's
anyway,
about the
what I
same.
was trying to say,
Yeah.
what I
Sorry.
was trying to say about the whole child sex thing,
Yeah.
is like with Jackson, I want to explain to him how babies are created and born.
Yeah. Yeah. So he knows, and
But
it's not just a matter of like, kind of like as I was starting to say, we all watched
it's
the
not
the
just
the
discovering it.
slashers and stuff where they had sex and stuff in it, and we're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But so he could be like
Yeah.
knowledgeable. Not just like, oh, hey, yeah. If one of his buddies are like, hey, look at this video. So,
Right, right. That, and I know, I mean, I was 14 when I
Mhm.
lost.
And well, and again, these days they're earlier and earlier, and yeah, exactly, more hyperactive. So yeah, it's good knowledge. Knowledge is power. So
I would rather explain something like that. What was I going to say earlier, though? God dang it. Um, I want to talk to him about that.
mhm.
But what was it?
I mean, I don't know what I mean, as far as just like it's, I guess, how things are shown or to us. I guess, or I don't
Well, I learned about it. Well, of course, they're. Never mind.
know.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. Let me stop the broadcast because I'm not even really doing. Yeah.